Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. What is up, Loyal Royals? Hey y'all. So in this video I'm going to be doing a two-piece video. So I'm going to be doing a Melody Susie unboxing and review for you guys, and then I'm also going to be doing how to get perfect shaping with extra long C-curve nails. So if you want to see the video and you are interested, stay watching. So I'm gonna unbox this and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. So far, package wise, I do think that it was very, very professional. Oh, they give me a little coupon for drill bits, 20% off. And then first thing I notice is the manual, which of course, if you are new to electric nail files, then you should definitely read this, get familiar with it, so you know what each thing does on the nail drill. But for me, because I've been doing nails now for about 12 years, I pretty know all nail drills work the same, so I'm not gonna need that. So first offhand, when I first open it, I can see that it comes with sanding bands, bits. It looks like there is a charging piece or the plug outlet in here. Typically, the long box is where the hand piece is. Oh, and it comes with a foot piece. That's kind of cool. And then here's the main part. So I'm gonna take this out first and get everything set. All right, guys. So first thing offhand, I noticed that it has your basic wall plug piece. US standard, and I'm gonna go ahead and untie this so that I can get the back of it plugged in first. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrated. I did. Pretty simple. Visit family, was off work, you know, the usual, but it was good. So I'm gonna look at this right here. I see my knob, which is how fast it's going to go, the on and off button. This is where the drill would sit right here. This is where your pieces would go, your bits, and then here's the back. So this right here is the foot pedal. It says it right here. This is the forward and reverse, and then this is where you would plug it in for power into your wall, and then this is for your hand piece. So I'm gonna put in the cord first where my plug would be in for my power source, and then I'm gonna plug that in right now. Okay, and a lot of people, I don't really use the foot pedals. I really do think that sometimes people use these because it kind of helps them not have to touch it so much, but you still have to touch it to do on and off. So I'm not really gonna use this. So this was pretty much useless for me. I used to, but I noticed I'm very heavy foot, I guess. And whatever button is in here to create the power for this, I end up breaking these all the time, so I'm not gonna use it. I won't throw it away just in case I change my mind. I just put it back in the box. So look how cute and small. Like, this literally is like a coffee cup. Let me see. Oh, look, I got my little cup right here because sometimes I clean my tools in this. This is literally the same size as the coffee mug. That's how small it is. And that's actually perfect because you don't need a lot of things big and bulky. This will be easy to travel with if you need to travel. This will be very lightweight, so that's good. So of course, the hand piece comes with that safety metal right here, so nothing gets inside or contaminates the inside of the drill. So I'm going to go ahead and twist. It says Melody Susie right there. Typically nail drills with these kind, they have the lock button and it's locked right here. So you're gonna have to twist it over here, which is for unlock. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's unlocked, so then that piece just slides right out. And then this is nothing, so you can just throw it away. So I'm going to plug this in the back of the hand drill. And it goes right here. It is a 3-prong adapter. And what I really like about this is it doesn't really, it has the arrow, but it doesn't seem like you have to have it a certain way. Well, yes, it does. If I can find it, hold on. Okay, this way right here. There we go. All right, so this is not where my drill will sit, but I just have it here for when I'm gonna use it. All right, so I'm going to take a look at these bits right here. So these came with the drill, of course. Typically every drill, if you get a good one, are coming with these now because they're so inexpensive. If they're giving them away with the drill, it's pretty much like a nice add-on. So I'm gonna go through these really quick. I'm gonna say what each one is for. If I could find that tape. There's always some like weird tape. Okay, there we go. So this was really nice because it gives you the different types of sanding bands so you can learn which ones are that's really nice. I don't know if you can tell on camera. These two are coarse. These two are medium, and then these two are fine. The only thing I will say about the sanding bands is just the fact that they are already starting to open. If you guys can see that, it's not completely closed. So that means when you start using them and filing with them, they're gonna unravel while you're working. So unfortunately, that's not a good thing, but sanding bands are so inexpensive, so you can always buy different kinds. But I think also that's why it gives you this bag, because then it's like you have more to replace them. I believe all the sanding bands in this bag are just fine. So that's good. You can use fine and medium to prep the nail plate. Of course, if you're removing gel or anything like that, you want to use something a little more coarse. So this is the bit for your sanding band. I forget what the exact word is called, but it has the little ridges on it so that the sanding band can just slide on really easy. So I'm going to give this a little pinch just to make sure it's loose, and then I'm going to put it on like so. Okay? Again, if you guys hear any moving, it's more than likely my dad upstairs. Our house, we live in a townhome in our basement, and it literally produces so much sound. So, but anyway, these ones right here are for cuticles. I actually have never seen this one right here or this one in a kit for a nail drill. So this is really cool. I'm gonna have to test this out, but this looks like one. They're all cuticle bits right here. They're all cuticle bits. But this one right here and this one, I haven't seen them very often when you get nail drill pieces. So this is pretty much used for getting up to the cuticle to push them back and to clean up. And then this, some people use this for finish filing. So instead of using that super sharp metal or ceramic drill piece, they use these for the cuticle work after applying acrylic. And I think that this tool right here is actually really good for those who are beginners who want to learn how to use a nail drill. So if you definitely want to learn how to use a nail drill, I would definitely use this one. It's definitely still sharp, so you can buff it down a little bit, but it's easy to clean. You just soak it in acetone and you can scrub it a little bit. But this is not as sharp as a metal one, so that you can practice. But I definitely would practice on yourself or a practice hand instead of a human until you understand how to use it, so you don't cut anyone. All right, so I'm going to turn on my nail drill for the speed. So here's the on and off button right here, and it's so easy and literally just presses on and it lights up. So that's pretty cool. So on we go. Right now it is at 0. I'm gonna move it to 3000 so that I can see how it is on like a low setting. So far I can hear it, but it's not like super loud. It's spinning a little bit, but it's not loud. I'm actually gonna put my my sanding band bit in here. 1 second. And I will say this thing locks really good. Like, once it's in there, it's like not sliding. So that's really nice. So guys, I approve this. Green check. I approve this nail drill. I think it's good for beginners or pros. I'm a pro, so I really think that this works for me. If you want to try it, buy it. This video is not sponsored at all, but if you want to try it, definitely go ahead and yeah, let me know what you think. All right guys, welcome back. If you stuck around, thank you so much. This is part 2 to the unboxing and shaping video. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using my Pana practice hand. You can get these on Amazon. Hopefully this is a good angle. So my tip for using practice hands is you want to use it as if this is your real hand or your client. So we're gonna name her Royalty. So she has been through a few things and I use this a lot. So I'm going to do my best. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay. So I'm gonna start off by prepping the nail plate. I'm gonna go ahead and clip the nails down and clip like I normally would. If I was working on a client, you want to start off by clipping and shaping, of course, making sure your client's hands are sanitized. Also guys, if you stuck around and you are not subscribed, stop right there and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. It is free of charge and you are supporting my channel. I'm almost at 5,000. That is the goal. That is the next goal by the end of 2020. So help me get there. If you learned something so far and you've enjoyed, please subscribe. All right, so one thing with these, you have to be a little more rough because everything on here is pretty much plastic and not like human. So I'm gonna go in with my 80 grit file and I'm going to go ahead and shape the nail and prepare for nail tips. Remember, when you are shaping, you want to hold both sides of the finger. Hold both sides of the finger. And you want to make sure that you are getting a nice grip so that everything is controlled. After that, I'm going to take the same file and you can either rough it up with your hand or you can use a nail drill. Same thing with this finger. And this is also good, guys, if you want to practice getting used to your nail drill. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my Melody Susie on to a low setting and go ahead and etch that nail plate. Anytime you are practicing with your nail drill, you want to treat it as this is my real client. So you want to do everything safe and sufficient. I'm going to take a manicure brush and just dust really quick. Also on your nail, on your practice finger, if you guys don't know that little raised part in the back, I like to treat that as if it is the cuticle. So I never file that completely down. I always practice as if it's the cuticle. Some people do, some people don't. It's up to you guys. All right, so let's talk about these extra long, super C-curve nail tips. So right now, these are everywhere. They did not come in a container. They came in a bag. I got the container at my local nail supply, but they sell, just like all other nail supplies, they sell tip boxes online as well. So these nail tips are super C-curved. They went in the bag. They came from 9 all the way up to 0 and 0 plus. I really like these because they are easy to shape and they are so C-curved that they're so sturdy. Like, I'm really starting to love these, and I think these are gonna be my go-to tips for my extra long and just to get that perfect look. Like, so sturdy. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna just show you guys the curve in them really quickly. So C-curve is pretty much your nail, if you don't know, to get it to as close as a sculpted look as possible. If you guys can see, it has a complete sidewall and it is very, very curved right here. And then it has your U curve right here, which is very deep, so that a lot of that nail is exposed. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue my tips on. Typically for practice hands, because they are plastic, I like to go a size up. For nails, it's pretty much the same way, but you want them to fit more perfect. So I'm taking my size 3. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the tips of these. I do this on my clients as well, just so that excess nail isn't sticking up. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my nail file and file this little part underneath, just so that I don't have so much excess hanging off. Now, I noticed these tips right here, because they are more sturdy, they're a different type of texture compared to another, like a different nail tip. These are not very easily bendable. So I'm gonna show you guys a basic nail tip that I have, which is Easy Basket. These tips right here are sturdy, but you can kind of bend them. I'm gonna show you. See, you can bend them. These you cannot. So what I like to do is, on a regular person, you don't need to do this, but on the practice finger, you do, because like I said, it's plastic on plastic. So I'm gonna take my sanding band on a low setting, and I'm going to slightly etch the inside of that nail plate. I mean, not the nail plate, the nail tip. And then I'm gonna place a little bit of glue on the free edge right here. This is the McCart nail glue. And I'm going to hold this down very, very firm. Place it on the free edge, make sure it is even and straight, and hold very firm. Also guys, just a quick pro tip, any nail glue that you are using does better when it is cold. If it is warm, it's gonna turn to a jelly-like consistency, and it's not gonna stick to the tip or the nail plate. So if you are in a warmer state where it's warm 24/7, I recommend putting your glue inside of the refrigerator and letting it sit until you need to use it. If you are in a cooler state, I mean, it's pretty perfect. But yeah, so you definitely want to make sure it is cool. So that tip is on. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one the same way. Alright, so I have my tips on. I'm gonna go ahead on this finger. I'm gonna show you guys how to do a long coffin nail. So because these are sturdy, the one issue you are going to have when you go to cut these is they may split or get that little white spot on them. So instead of me cutting it this way with scissors, I'm gonna cut the length down by using my tip cutter. Okay, simple and easy. I got this on Amazon. Next, I'm going to take my straight edge toenail clippers right here, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to turn it to the side a little bit so you guys can see. I'm going to cut just a little bit underneath, okay, right here. And remember, I said these babies are very sturdy, so you definitely have to have a very fresh or sharp pair of clippers. And I'm gonna cut it underneath just so that I'm not doing a whole bunch of filing. This part makes it so much easier when you are cutting shapes. It takes down the time, okay? Then I'm gonna come underneath and cut that excess off, okay? Same thing on this side. You don't want to overcut though, you just want to cut a little bit. You can see where that kind of divots down. You just want to cut that little bit off, okay? This is just gonna take your time down some. It's not gonna completely perfect your shaping. Let me do it with my left because the way I'm looking at this, I cannot see. And then the nail didn't hang on so much on this side, so that's okay. So we're going for a perfect coffin shape. So I'm gonna try to get my hand as straight as I can so you guys can see this. So I'm gonna line my file with the nail, okay? I'm gonna start with this side right here, and I'm going to slowly file it even with the finger, with the free edge, okay? I'm not tapering it or angling it yet. I'm literally holding it straight parallel, and I am filing the side so that this part blends and meshes well, okay? Now, I'm going to take it and file the underneath. I'm not tapering it though. I have it parallel, and I'm just making sure that this part is even here, right here. Same with this side. I'm going to hold it parallel, and I'm going to shape just so that the tip blends with the finger, okay? Also, when you're filing, you don't want to be completely flat like this. You want to angle it at a little bit so you're not cutting your customer, okay? Now, if you want to do skinny square, you would just keep filing it straight, okay? But since I want it more coffin, I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing it in. So I have my file here. I'm gonna turn it at an angle, and I'm gonna file it even on this side. Same with this side. Remember, when you are filing, see, I'm telling you, royalty's been through some stuff, y'all. The fingers don't even stay on sometimes. But you wanna have a good grip of your finger. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to start filing the nail underneath, okay? Everybody likes their shaping a certain way. My clients don't really like the super skinny coffin. They would rather have a tapered look or a more squared coffin. So here is that. Then of course you want to follow your free edge pretty straight up and down. Okay. I'm gonna flip it over to make sure my shaping is very nice. Check it this way. My free edge is a little off. But I would say that it looks really, really good for Coffin. If you need to check again, you can always flip the hand back over, come to the side. Make sure it is nice and even. Come to this side, make sure it is nice and even. If you want to get them even, you could easily go this way, but you don't want to take away that C curve, okay? The C curve is right here. You don't want to take that away. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this part of the nail, and then of course etching also. Okay, and there you have it. That is your coffin shape. All right, let's go over to Stiletto. Stiletto is pretty easy. It's pretty much the same. You want to make sure this part is even first. But this time you can use scissors. So if you don't know, stiletto nails tend to get shorter when you cut them. So if your client wants the full tip, I would not cut it. You could even add to it a little bit if they want more of that super long length. But you definitely don't have to cut it as much. So I'm gonna take my scissors. You can find these anywhere, guys. I literally got them, I think, from the dollar store. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna try to cut a perfect stiletto first so that I don't have a lot of filing to do. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna line up your scissors. I'm on top of the nail right now. You're gonna line it up so you just get here and here. If you feel like you're gonna overfile, you can always get on the side here and here, and then that way you can just file the rest. But I use scissors a lot, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut very slowly, taking that side off, and then cutting alongside the number again as well, and taking that side off. If I wanted a little more skinny, I can just easily go in and take a little bit more. The number one thing that you guys need to realize to get that perfect shape is you have to take your time. You have to make sure that you are being precise. You can't just speed through it and think that everything's gonna turn out perfect, because it's not. You have to take your time, visualize it in your mind and with your eyes first, and then you can get it perfect right on the nose. But of course, practice makes perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead, holding the nail very sturdy. I'm gonna go ahead and file, switching sides underneath and bringing it in at an angle. For stiletto nails, you want to come in at an angle, okay? I would say probably a 90 degree. Make sure you're going back and forth so that nail is completely even and straight. Looks pretty perfect to me, would you say? Then I'm gonna turn the hand just a little bit and get this little wonky spot right here underneath. Make sure you're only doing the underside. If you bring it in, it's going to alter the perfect shape that you already had. So I'm just going under like that. Same with over here. Going under like that. There we go. There we go. So I'm gonna turn it on. Blend that tip to the free edge. if I need to check, I can turn the hand this way and check to make sure it's perfect, and it pretty much is. And there we go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Guys, we are on the road to 5,000, okay? That is my goal. Help me get to 5,000 by the end of 2020. I know we can do it. If you learned something, if you enjoy my videos, hit subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, glitter makes everything better, so keep shining. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.